What's up guys, and welcome back to part 2 of my first trimester update series. If you have not yet seen part 1 of this series, make sure that you go check that out. I talk all about my first trimester of pregnancy and actually break it down week by week from week 5 when I found out all the way to week 14 and outline all of the crazy things that you guys can expect, from body changes to cravings to all of the different symptoms that I experienced in the first trimester. So make sure you check that out. I will link it up here as well as down in the description box. But welcome to today's video as well. If you don't know who I am, my name is Beth Moore and I am so excited that you're tuning in to this video today. In this video, we're going to be talking all about my first trimester must-haves. When I first got pregnant, there were so many products that I was finding online that were super useful for first trimester, apparently, and also so many things that I had friends just tell me about, and I tried a bunch of things, but today I'm going to be telling you guys all about what actually worked for me and what I think is worth your investment and worth your time. So I'm going to be getting into some of those things today. Some of them are honestly just like super basic, but I think it's almost like a relief to hear like, okay, a lot of this stuff I can either get like in the drugstore or I have in my house right now. So I hope that this video is helpful for you guys. Before you head out today, make sure that you do like this video if you like the video, and subscribe to my channel as well. It means the world to me every single time you guys do. But without further ado, let's get started. So I've got like a little box of goodies back here. Everything that I'm going to be talking about is in this basket. So there's not a lot of stuff, honestly, that I'm going to be going through. But like I said, all of this stuff is super helpful. So the first thing that I want to tell you guys about and let you know that you need to have, especially in your first trimester of pregnancy, is a big water bottle. See, I told you guys this is not going to be like anything like super intense, but honestly, having a water bottle is so key in first trimester wherever you go, like on your nightstand, in your purse, like at your desk at work, because you are all of a sudden so thirsty, and it's because you're like fueling your body to do and to create all of these things that weren't necessarily there before, like this placenta and like, I mean, you have a uterus, but it's doing all these crazy things, and you need to hold on to water to retain enough to be able to do that. I actually listened to a podcast in the first trimester where it was honestly just like so reassuring for me to hear a doctor talking about the first trimester and what to expect and how thirsty women really become. And like, this sounds a little bit dramatic, but he said that it's like the equivalent of needing to be on an IV, literally, for a pregnant woman in the first trimester. So this one is not super cute. It's honestly like more fun when you do have like a cute water bottle. I couldn't find mine, so for the purpose of this video, I was like, I'm just gonna use what I'm using right now. But having water is so key in first trimester, so get one, even if it's one of those ones that has like the time of day on it, so you have like goals for yourself, like whatever works for you, just make sure that you are staying hydrated. Moving on to item number 2. The next thing that I want to tell you guys about is something that I don't actually have in this basket because I ate all of them. And I hope that that is just like indication of how helpful they were. It is saltine crackers. If you're gluten-free, you can get rice crackers, quinoa crackers, like anything that will actually work for you and obviously not like harm you. But saltine crackers were so helpful for me because I found that I needed to eat literally every 2 hours on the hour to keep the nausea at bay. So basically, if I had them in my purse and I even like kept them in my desk at work and I started to feel that nausea coming on, I would eat like 1 or 2 saltine crackers and it would curb it until I could actually have like another small meal again throughout the day. So there were like so many times, guys, I can't even like count how many times I like reached into my purse if I was at the mall or if I was at church or like at a friend's house and like just got a saltine cracker for myself, because it just helps to like neutralize the acidity in your stomach. The salt was also just like so good for me. I have been loving salt throughout my pregnancy, as you guys know, and so that was super key for me to just have on hand. So whatever that is for you, it may not be saltine crackers, but if you do experience nausea, just keep a small thing on hand that you can just grab and eat every single time that you are feeling nauseous. The next thing that I want to let you guys know about was a lifesaver for me, and it is Tums. Good old Tums. Honestly, I should also say that nothing in this video is like sponsored or affiliate. Like, I am not making money for any of this right now, and I hope that that just like goes to show like how much these things did genuinely work for me in pregnancy. It's basically just like an antacid that helps to neutralize some of the heartburn that you may experience in first trimester. If you watched my first trimester update video, I talk a little bit about how like at week 5, I started to experience heartburn like immediately, and it just persisted past that point. So if there were times that I was feeling that come on and like just didn't want to eat or just felt like that really sick feeling after eating, I would take Tums, and it was a lifesaver. I found that it also was kind of helpful with nausea, not like super helpful, like I still needed to eat some stuff, but I found that this was helpful for me. One thing to note about this is that the size of these ones is a little bit big for when you're nauseous. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like when you're feeling super sick, I find that like eating something that's like chalky and that big can be kind of hard. They do make a smaller size of these, and it is specifically for pregnant women. So make sure that you check your local drugstore for that. I'm sure they have them in the US as well as in Canada or anywhere else that you guys might be watching from. There might be an alternative brand to Tums where you guys are, but this was a lifesaver for me, so make sure that you check that out. One thing I did want to mention along like the nausea and heartburn kind of like topic was that there's also something that you can talk to your doctor about taking if you are really struggling with the nausea and kind of managing that day to day, and it's called Diclectin in Canada. I was able to get Diclectin from my doctor to manage the nausea, so make sure that you do talk to your doctor if you are experiencing like extreme nausea. You're just feeling like you can't manage with your days. Like there were some days that I did really feel like that, and so I would take Diclectin like twice a week before bed just to be able to curb it and be able to get up and go to work in the morning. So again, if you are struggling with extreme nausea, Diclectin could be something that could work really well for you. The next thing that's super helpful in pregnancy is a comfy sports bra. This one is from Lululemon, and there's like wicker all over it now from being in this basket. But this is something that I actually picked up before pregnancy. I got it at Lululemon just because I was like, oh, that seems like a nice sports bra to have. And it was a lifesaver for me in first trimester because, as I talk about in my previous part 1 video, your boobs immediately get like so sore in pregnancy. Like they start to just like swell and feel tender, and they're growing and expanding. And so the last thing that you want to be worrying about or wearing is like a bra with underwire. Like it is honestly one of the worst feelings ever, especially because like when you're sleeping at night, I also found that I would need a bra like just to keep everything like in place, because like even moving around hurt for me. And so I would wear a sports bra to bed at night in first trimester as well. Lululemon ones are really nice because I don't think any of them have underwire. They're just like really soft and like honestly just like buttery feeling, and so this was a huge thing for me in first trimester. I also got a bunch of them from Aerie, one of which I'm wearing right now, and I have been like just living in them since I found out that I was pregnant. And so a comfy sports bra is something that if you do not have right now, you will want to invest in before first trimester or before you plan on getting pregnant. They're just such a key thing to have in your wardrobe to make sure that you are staying comfy the entire time. It just got so bright all of a sudden. To adjust that. The next thing that I want to let you guys know about are the Lululemon Align leggings. These also have like a ton of just like fluffs and things on them from being in this basket, but these are incredible. Again, like that sports bra I was just showing you, they have that like really buttery feeling to them, and so they are super comfortable, especially because like when I passed the point of feeling like so bloated that I couldn't fit into jeans anymore, all I wanted to wear was leggings. And leggings are super nice because some of them like you honestly can style and dress up or dress down depending on what you're doing or where you're going. And so these were key for me. And I actually had a friend who is like 30 plus weeks pregnant now, so she's like getting to the end of it, texted me last week and was like, hey, if you do not have the Align leggings yet, you need to get them because they are bump friendly and you can actually like pull them up over your bump from first trimester to the very end of pregnancy. And the other thing is that you don't really need to size up in these. Like I got these in a size 4, which is what I would usually get from Lululemon, and they will fit over my bump all the way into the final trimester of pregnancy. So They are a little bit pricier, but the really nice thing is that they'll last you until the end of your pregnancy and future pregnancies beyond pregnancy. And so I really do recommend investing in them if that's something that you're able to do. With all of like the maternity pants that are on the market and all of even the maternity leggings that are out there, like this is all that you actually need to make it through pregnancy and to feel great and comfortable while doing it. So would definitely recommend the Align leggings from Lululemon. And again, you do not need to size up, just get your regular size and it will fit over your bump throughout the entire pregnancy. So the next thing I'm gonna pull out of this little goodie basket here are the products that I used for stretch marks in first trimester. So a lot of people aren't really sure like when to start stretch marks Honestly, it's up to you, but I started using them like basically as soon as I found out that I was pregnant, because I was like, why not? I might as well keep the skin moisturized as much as I can. I will say, and I mentioned this in my part 1 video as well, that I did get stretch marks in first trimester on my boobs because it just honestly started growing so quickly. But the really nice thing is that while that was happening, I was still using these products and those stretch marks are almost gone now. So that's the really nice thing about stretch mark creams and things like that, is that I wouldn't say that they always prevent stretch marks, because if you are predisposed to get stretch marks or like it's genetically something that runs in your family, like your mom has it or your sister got it in pregnancy, you will likely get them too. And that's just kind of how it is. But I did use bio oil throughout my pregnancy, and this is the one that I just got off of Amazon. Bio oil skincare. I don't know if it's actually specifically for pregnancy. I think it's just for scars and stretch marks in general. And so I did really love this product. And then the other thing that I used was Biossance 100% squalane oil. This is a little one here, but this stretches so much, and just like a tiny amount you can use and will actually do the job. And the other thing that I love about Biossance, again, not sponsored, is that they're just like really clean products that you don't have to worry about having like a ton of other crap in them. Like they're all super great to use in pregnancy. So I've been using their skincare as well. But these products were really nice to just keep my skin moisturized and feeling great throughout that really stretching and like itching time in the first trimester and beyond. One of the products that I will also recommend along this line of things is the Burt's Bees Mama Bee Belly Butter. So I just got this one recently and I did not use it in first trimester. I used it more so in second trimester, which is like what I'm in now. But the really nice thing about this belly butter is that, again, there are no like harmful ingredients in it, so you can feel good about putting it on your belly. Like no parabens, no flaties, no, I can't say this, petrolatum or SLS. You guys, some of you guys will know what that means. But this stuff is really nice because the difference between this and like a bio oil or a squalane oil is that there's no like waiting period to like put back on your clothes where you just feel like super greasy and oily. It is a body butter that just like absorbs into the skin really quickly and leaves it feeling very moisturized and soft. I generally do this like right when I'm getting ready for the day, in the morning or in the evening after I've taken a shower or something like that. And so I did find it kind of annoying sometimes to have an oil on, because you have to like just wait for that to dry before you can put your clothes back on. But with this, it dried right away. It smells good, it's soft. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend this if you were still looking for anything to keep your skin moisturized throughout pregnancy. The next thing that I want to let you guys know about is prenatal vitamins. So having a prenatal vitamin is something that is super important, not only before you get pregnant, but also in first trimester, in second and third, and even after all of that, while you are still breastfeeding in what they call the fourth trimester. So the one that I have here is nothing fancy, and honestly, it does not need to be fancy. Get one that works for you. That's the biggest thing. One that doesn't make you feel nauseous or sick. Run it by your doctor, make sure they're cool with it. For me, I use the GNC Women's Mega Mom multivitamin. I don't know if you guys can see that here. No, you can't. Oh well. I will link all of this down below. This one was really great. This might be a Canadian brand, so to all my Canadian watchers, this one's for you. But this one, honestly, like I didn't have a super hard time with. I did try one other one, but I found that every single time I took that one, I would get a headache. Whereas with this one, most of the time it did work well for me. I find that like vitamins and prenatals in general can oftentimes make me feel nauseous or just like give me headaches, but this one overall I will recommend. I found that if I took my prenatal like right before bed, it worked best for me because I didn't have that feeling of like just feeling nauseous, or like, you know that feeling when it gets stuck in your throat and you're just like, I hate this right now. I have not really had this one cause that problem, but also if I take it before bed, I find that I just like go right to sleep, and so there's no problem waking up the next day and feeling fine. So would definitely recommend that, and just honestly find a prenatal that works for you. Stick to it as much as you can. It can be hard sometimes to remember to take it every day, but it is so important for you and for your baby. So would 10 out of 10 recommend this Mega Mom vitamin. Next thing that I wanna let you guys know about is something that I actually use on my skin for acne in pregnancy. So I really did try to minimize the amount of products that I was using even before I got pregnant and into my first trimester, especially that had like chemicals or toxins or things like that in them, because so early on those chemicals and toxins can actually transfer to your baby and cause like lifelong issues that I did not know about. And so I've been really careful of just choosing like even foundations and moisturizers that are all really healthy and safe for me and for baby. But one of the things that I heard going into pregnancy is that benzoyl peroxide, which is what I used in like spot treatments and cleansers and stuff like that, was not pregnancy safe. And so immediately I was like, shoot, I'm breaking out. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this. I'm not gonna use like toothpaste because that just has never worked for me. Salicylic acid is another one that I think they do say is pregnancy safe. Run that by your doctor before you just like go and buy salicylic acid products. But for me, it is not something that has ever really worked. Like, I don't know why. I just find that sometimes one can work better for people than another. So I was like left without any spot treatment and just like acne on my skin. So I did a little bit of research into essential oils and how they can work for your skin. And I'm not like a crazy essential oils person, but I did find that Lang Lang worked really well for me, and just like keeping the I gotta work on this like portion of my YouTube skills in terms of spot treatments with acne. So this is 100% pure. I got it from Sage. I did look into it. It's safe to put on the skin topically, and I did run it by my doctor as well before actually using this in pregnancy. But I would put this on my skin, especially my jawline, like right before bed in first trimester if I noticed a zit coming on. And the next day, you guys, I promise you, it was gone. Like, it would dry out so quickly. And so I've really loved this, and I think I'm going to use it beyond pregnancy and just like switch to it moving forward, because I love that it is something I can feel good about, but it's also just as effective as anything else that I was using before. So definitely look into Lang Lang or other essential oils if you are struggling with your skin during this time and you want to try and find something that is a natural kind of approach to dealing with that. The next thing that I want to let you guys know about is a pregnancy journal. So this is the pregnancy journal that I ended up going with. I did actually get one the day that I found out that I was pregnant, because I was just like so excited and I wanted to start journaling right away. But I got it from Chapters, and it was like 10 bucks on clearance, and I honestly didn't love it. Like, I think that I might even still have it now, because I was just like, this is not like totally my vibe. It was kind of like really bright and colorful and whatever. And I knew that I wanted something more like neutral to be a keepsake, because that's more of my like aesthetic. And so I ended up getting this one on Amazon.ca a couple weeks after finding out. It's by Corey Harold, and it's the Growing You Pregnancy Journal. So if you are looking for something really beautiful to journal your pregnancy and just remember the experience, I would really recommend this one. There's so many sections in here where you can talk a little bit about things like your 8-month pregnancy update. Like, I think there's a month-by-month section where you can go through and talk about that. Even after the baby is born. How cute is this? Like, there's a little spot to be able to put the footprints of the baby, your birth story, your birth plan. I would really recommend picking something up like this, especially if you are a first-time mom and you want to remember all of this experience for the future. Like, I've been keeping so much just in the notes app on my phone, but I do want to transfer over a lot to this book because I think it's just such a fun thing to be able to look back on. So I would really recommend that. It's one of the things that I have loved in first trimester, and this one is a really beautiful one to pick up as well. So I will make sure the link for this is in the description box. Well guys, that's all I have for my first trimester must-haves. Again, there was only a couple of items here and none of this is sponsored or affiliate or anything like that. So these are things that I just genuinely loved and found worked really well for me in my first trimester. Again, they are all going to be linked in the description box, and so if you want to go and pick any of these things up, feel free to do that. Know that I am cheering for you as you enter into the first trimester now or even someday. It really is such a beautiful experience, and it does not have to be like this crazy, terrifying thing at all. Like, I actually think that you guys can thrive throughout your first trimester. You can really enjoy the experience. So I am praying for you in that and cheering you guys on. Congratulations if you are a first-time mom. Let me know in the comments below so I can introduce myself to you. And I really hope that you just have an incredible first trimester journey. Thank you guys for watching this video today and for just being a part of this two-part series. If you know a mom that could benefit from this, make sure that you share this video with her. I'm so excited for all of the first-time moms out there. But before you guys head out today, make sure that you do like this video and subscribe to this channel. It would mean the world to me if you guys would do that, and you will not miss out on any of the notifications for future videos that are to come, like the one that is coming next Tuesday in just a couple of days from now. So make sure that you guys do that. Until I see you in my next video, praying for you guys, love you guys, and I will see you soon.